Hi, I'm Nathaniel Deal, and this is the Ammocounter Nitron Scope overview. This is an in-depth overview of the Nitron Scope upgrade for the Ammocounter V1 kit. If you purchase one of these, this video will go over some of the maintenance tasks that you need to do in order to keep the scope up and running. The video will go over what's inside, how to program the Arduino, and how to change the battery. So let's get to it. Okay, so this setup is made of the following parts: the modified Nitron scope, some 3D printed parts, the Ammocounter V1, 9-volt battery, and an Arduino. The scope has been hollowed out and painted with some black vinyl dye. And next, a 3D printed panel is added to the front that contains the toggle button, a reset button, and the on and off button. The panel wires pass through the scope and connect to the Arduino, which is in the back. There are two other 3D printed parts that hold the 7-segment LED and one in the back that contains the battery. All of these components connect to the Arduino, and to access the Arduino, we need to remove the screw on the bottom. So we'll get a screwdriver, take the screw out, and then you want to gently pull the Arduino out so that you don't disconnect any of the wires. And if you're worried about how these wires are set up, you can take a picture here, maybe both sides, just in case something gets disconnected. The Nitron scope ships with the Arduino Pro Mini. I decided to use this version because of two reasons. It's cheap and it's small. But it does have one drawback. As you can see, this version does not have a USB connector. So in order to program it, you'll have to buy an FTDI board or swap this out for an Arduino that does have a USB connection like the Micro or the Nano. I think both of the versions should fit just fine, so it's cool if you want to switch those out. But in order to program this Arduino, you will have to get an FTDI board. So just go to ammocounter.com, get the code, and then you're going to plug your FTDI board to this section and upload the latest code. I do have another video that will show you how to do that. So if you can't figure that out, just head over to that video. Once you update the code, then push it back gently into the scope and then add the back. Next, we're going to change the battery. So the Ammocounter is powered by a 9-volt battery that is hidden in the back of the 3D printed plate in the Nitron scope. To replace the battery, first you need to remove the screw from the bottom of the Nitron scope. Gently pull out the Arduino and look for a 9-volt battery hidden behind this section here. You're going to take your thumb and put it behind the battery and push against this plate until it pops out. When it pops out, just set that aside and then pull the 9-volt battery out. You'll notice this 9-volt battery has been covered in electrical tape because that's in case something gets shorted by the metal casing on the battery. So when you replace this, you want to coat your new battery in electrical tape or some kind of heat shrink. So take a new battery and just replace it back to where the old battery was, and then leave the wires exposed and take the battery and slide it against the bottom of the scope to get it back into place. So once that's inside, you take your wiring and you wrap it back around and push it in like that. Then you take your 3D printed plate and line it up, and it should just slide back in. And when you get done, you can move some stuff around inside just in case, so it looks level. And then take your Arduino and push it back gently into the bottom, making sure all the wires are inside. Take this piece, slide it back in, and then screw it back together. And then test it. look good. So this has been an overview of the Nitron scope upgrade for the Ammocounter V1. Again, if you have any questions, please head over to the forums on ammocounter.com. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.